let's do roll call first. Brent, he said he was going to be late. Jeff?
Here.
Larry?
Here?
Jennifer? Anybody know?
No.
Brian?
I'm here.
Dan? Has anybody heard from Dan?
No.
I haven't either. And Janice, I'm here. We didn't have a meeting in July, so let's go to the minutes from June. We had a meeting on June 17th.
That update on funeral memorials. Oh, okay, never mind.
Hey.
Hello, my name is Brent Bachman. I will be joining you this evening for the tree board meeting.
All right.
Good, we are live. So,
Thank you. Good evening, all. Good evening.
glad you're here.
Thank you.
Well, I'll let it there.
So, we got a bunch of papers for you, Brent.
Great.
I was gonna make a motion to approve the minutes, but I'll wait till Brent reads.
For which one, a minute?
Our old
Tonight,
June 17th, our June
I
minutes.
don't think you were.
I wasn't here, so I cannot
Oh.
vote for them anyways.
think-
So,
Okay.
I think
He's
we
got the
all-
other stuff.
I think we all, the rest
Yeah.
of us were. In that case, I would like to go ahead and make a motion to approve
Yeah.
the June minutes.
I second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, good. Do you already have one?
I gave you two copies.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's go to old business. We've been doing our financial update, just so we can kind of keep track of a little bit what we have for the year and what we have to spend and what we have been spending. And in June, we had $35,963 on hand.
And 88 cents.
Why didn't you?
And we have the same amount right now.
What was that number?
$35,963.88.
I did buy, which it must not be on this yet, a small pair of loppers. I went through and trimmed a lot of the choke cherries. But then, however, our street department went through and trimmed a lot, so.
Oh, okay. I've been kind of watching that and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
hey, great, somebody.
Yeah, I trimmed them up to get them up and just
Uh-huh.
kind of cleaned them up. I trimmed up a couple elms and then all of a sudden I was
Yeah, there was
like,
some elms on the east side of the
Yep.
street. They were all coming out of the bottom,
Mhm.
and I was like, ooh, somebody's gotta get on that.
but yeah, so that's the only thing, I think, expense that came out so far.
Okay.
So you said then the street department came in, and what did they do?
They took a axe to a surgery and cut a lot, so they still look okay.
They
but-
look okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're just.
I like the ones in the bend that are up on that high curb
Yeah.
there. They took those up. Now people can walk down the sidewalk
Yeah,
without.
there are some places we're
Yeah.
doing a more, they claim more surgical, where we're not gonna have to trim every year, like at intersections they trimmed
Right,
and
right.
sidewalks they trimmed and everything, but I'm like, that's
So,
really hard.
Yes, the ones that you're talking about, somebody needs to teach them how to prune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know,
Really?
I know, I'm playing very coy right now.
Who is it?
We have two kids that are probably 19, 20. And do you know Jim Bonstad?
Mhm.
Arborist, so, yeah.
Uh,
So we'll,
So somebody maybe needs
the funny
to-
thing was, so I get this call, real quick, sorry, since we got short agenda. I get this call, they're trimming sidewalks up one day. He goes, hey, I got a hornet's nest. Oh, crap. And I hear nothing. I get back to the office, his face.
Oh,
is
no.
deformed. I thought, well, you ought to watch what you're trimming.
Oh. Oh,
They
man.
had, somebody else had to run and get his phone, he dropped his phone.
Yeah.
Oh, the bees have been so bad
The
this
Hornets
year.
get to keep the stairs now forever.
We have all been stung. We have all been stung.
So yeah, that's the only thing that I know of that I've spent, so
Okay.
it should go
And I have
down
not
maybe.
planted any of the trees yet that we have. I've just kept them in my holding bay and they get watered every day. And I've just not planted anything
Thank you.
because it has been
Well,
brutal.
yeah, I'm glad we didn't plant anything.
Oh, yeah, me
in
too.
late spring or anything
I
like
mean,
that.
I was
It
just
would
talking
be-
about it though today. I was
That
like,
would've been a
we
waste.
gotta get this in the schedule and we gotta get on this and get started. But man, it's been brutal,
Yep.
so.
Do you have a spot for all of them? I mean, dedicated?
I got some.
Yeah, I think
I
we're
got-
pretty, what we have right now, I think everything has a spot. Everything has a home.
Kind of
Um,
transformational. I'm trying to do like things that catch people's eyes, like when they come in from the, from the side, or anywhere, you're gonna see a bunch of trees, so.
I don't know if anybody's noticed from a couple years ago when we planted in late November out here by, at Little Turtle.
Yeah.
We planted catalpas
Yep.
and,
The
I don't know if anybody noticed how much they have
Look at them
grown.
every time.
Yeah,
Oh,
me
great.
too.
Great.
Yeah, they're
Yep.
doing well.
Yep.
We didn't lose a single one there.
No, we didn't. I haven't gone out to actually check on them though, to see if how the strapping is on them.
Make sure
Looks
they're not
good.
choking them out or anything.
They look straight. There's one down here by across from the park office.
Mhm.
I swear I'm gonna stop one of these days and straighten it, but I just never do.
That's a maple, isn't it?
No, it's one of
No,
those
it's
single
oak.
oak,
Oh, is
one
it?
of those
Mhm,
four.
mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they look good. They're growing crazily.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, they're doing really nice.
Okay. So in the next month or so here, there's gonna be some expense because of getting all the rest of these trees planted,
Mhm.
so. Let's move on to new ordinance, new build ordinance, and the tree list for the planning. Jeff brought in a designated tree species list. Dan had kind of given a big list, and Jeff kind of revised it down to about 18 trees. Pretty common, easy to find, so if we go to the planning commission or want to present this to the building or like the new build, these are pretty common trees, pretty easy, but they're also, they're a nice shade tree and not just an ornamental tree.
Right.
So we can get away from planting these choke cherries and things that are not necessarily good shade.
And the last about 100 years.
Right, right. So Brent, that kind of now is gonna get into your,
Okay.
And we've got to talk, we've got to set time sometime when your life slows down to talk about it, because we've got Jerry Bushy's development that's gonna be coming on, that I'd like to get it in, so
Yep,
we'll get together.
okay.
But-
Yeah, I'm good with it. I think what will end up, and it'll just be something I want to talk to you about before we go.
Yep. Well, and if you see things on here that you say, no, absolutely not, or something if you see we don't want to put on the list, or you want to add onto the list, like Larry had suggested, maybe catalpa trees on the list. We can do that.
Well, and like we had discussed earlier, if we have a list of this length, these are good. If you want to propose something, we're fine, we're open to suggestion,
Yep.
but it needs approval from whatever. So I think having a short list that people can come down here and say, okay, we can do this, and most would be able to do this.
Yeah, and these are most of these are very easy to find.
Yeah, yeah, you can get
So-
one of these anywhere
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
that sells trees. So no,
Okay.
I'm content with this list for a starting point, and
Okay, good. So we're kind of passing that along to you to keep that ball rolling. Does anybody have anything else for Brent? Did you have anything that you want to talk more about the planning commission?
not really, there's a couple different ways we can do it. Chip and I have talked about that, where it can be located in the ordinance. Whether it be something that is in the general ordinance or something that's in the subdivision ordinance, we need to figure out what the best place to do that is and who the authority is over that can help make those determinations. So if you have it in the subdivision or zoning through the plan commission, then they would be the authority over that. Therefore, actions would need to go through the plan commission in order to make an action on something that is not. Whether it's when it's in general code, then there's a whole different person who would be in charge of enforcing code from the general. So we just need to talk.
Yeah.
And get it determined where it's at in the ordinance.
Okay.
Question. This, what we're discussing is regarding housing
New
visions.
and not necessarily just housing. It could be commercial, any commercial, any development. So it could be subdivisions, housing additions,
Okay.
commercial properties,
I thought commercial properties was already fairly well covered, not?
not in right-of-way trees. On landscape plan, it's a
Oh,
requirement, yes,
right,
but in
okay.
right-of-way
Very
trees,
good,
no.
Very good. How about individual homeowners? If they're building a new house, if there is a place in town, would it cover that?
It doesn't generally happen too much right now.
No.
We have
No, I
hardly
wouldn't
any
think
infill.
so.
Not if
Yeah.
they plant it on their property, I don't think we should.
Yeah.
Most of any housing development that's going on now is going to be a subdivided lot. It may not be a major subdivision, but it's still going to be a subdivision of an existing property.
Okay.
So that subdivision would still qualify under the subdivision code, even if it's a one-lot subdivision.
Okay.
It would still apply, the code would
And this
still
is
apply.
inside the city limits,
This would be inside city limits only, actually.
because we don't do anything outside the city limits, right?
Tree board
We
doesn't
have
want
okay.
no authority in the extraterritorial jurisdiction, I don't believe, so, and we don't really want that. Let's stay within that purple line, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
So, no, I think it's just a matter of determining where and how it's going to be enforced and who's gonna make the suggestion. And you and I just need to,
Yeah, we can get it.
so.
Okay, update on funeral memorials. They're all in favor. Everybody's, the funeral homes are in favor of us doing this. It's the matter of
How?
how. It's a matter of how. Now, it can get deposited into our account. The check can be written to the city. It's got to be created to be put on on the funeral website. Or it has to be this has to be made into some sort of a card to sit at a funeral home. So when people want to give a memorial, then they would write Columbia City Tree Board.
Mhm.
So,
Okay. I think with our new clerk, Leslie, I think she's excited to take on new challenges. I'll broach her with it
We
and
can talk
see.
to Leslie, we can get this figured out how to do it,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah. I
so,
completely
I mean,
forgot about that,
they're
so, yeah.
open to it, they're okay with it. They don't necessarily want to, I don't expect.
They don't wanna manage
Yeah, they're not.
They don't want to do it.
Just like they don't manage Humane Society, just like they don't
Right,
manage, it's,
right.
here,
And they
here's
will-
where you can send it
And when
to.
someone gives a memorial, they will send it on to us, but,
Yep, I'll get that figured out.
so.
Who's gonna do the layout on that?
I'm gonna ask Leslie Robinson, our new clerk treasurer.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I
we-
think it ought to have our logo
Mhm.
Right.
and,
But
I
before
think
we,
it should have
before we do
simplicity.
that type of stuff, we need to figure out that we know that we can funnel the money to a certain spot.
yep.
Yeah.
And when I called and talked to Rosie about that, she was like, yes, it can just be
I think we have a
written right
donation
to
fund
us.
that Martha might have started that just kind of sitting there, so, yeah, I'll look at it.
And somehow it has to be so if someone gives $50, that's not gonna necessarily buy a tree. So it needs to be put if there's,
It just
until
needs to
we
be
get a tree.
cumulative.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And the last time we were together, we talked about putting some sort of a sign or a marker, or, that's going to be hard. I think it can be put into our tree keeper, so we know that when we plant, say we plant a tree at this spot, it was in memorial of
Yeah.
5 people.
Mhm.
So when a family member calls and says, did a tree ever get planted for my dad?
We can find
We
it.
can find it on Tree Keeper and say, yep, it's been planted, this
It's
is
a,
where it's
it's a,
at.
this tree on this block of
Yes.
this street.
Yes.
And, yeah.
Because we want to make sure that people know we are actually doing it.
No, I think that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. So do we have a text, have you created a text at all for, like, to get the cards?
No, I've just
and-
talked, I've
Okay.
just talked to,
Okay.
That's
I've
what
not
I think
done
Chip-
any.
Chip was going to ask
Leslie.
Leslie
Yeah.
to do that.
We'll get there.
Leslie is in Rosie's position?
Yes.
Yeah.
But she also does layout.
No,
Yeah.
we'll figure that out unless you want to tackle that.
No, I just wanted to know where,
Yeah, if
Where's
you
it
want to
going?
tackle that, you're more involved.
I have a young lady that I know who is attending University of Cincinnati and majoring in public relations and digital marketing, and so she does a lot of this stuff. Maybe I'll just see if she has any ideas.
Project.
Yeah.
See if she has any ideas and,
Could you just throw some stuff on this canvas or whatever it's called? You know,
Yeah.
I know it's something like.
oh yeah,
that.
she pays big money to have Canvas. Let's put it to
is
use.
this your daughter?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I can see if she,
That's why I was giving the.
if she wants to play around with it and give us
I
any
just want to know for
ideas.
the minutes.
Yeah.
He knows a lady.
There's a lady I know, she's chopping broccoli.
Okay,
I have an old business item.
okay. Go
Uh,
ahead.
There was mention in the minutes of a tree on Chauncey Street, and it's a stump, actually. And I noticed that it's being taken care of.
It was taken care of
One at
yesterday.
the corner of Chauncey and Jefferson,
I waited till the last minute.
yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
The
Thank
stuff that was
you.
leaning like this
Oh,
and
yeah.
had
Is that
thistles all around
Spruce
it.
Street?
Know what you talking about?
I.
Oh, yeah, the one in the front yard.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
The
Good,
homeowner
good.
come out at all?
No,
No?
which I might have, I took a loader in there, and so I might have made a couple little ruts, but the ground had to be hard enough, it'll bounce back.
Yeah?
Freezing
Okay.
it all, but yeah, I got her out there
Better,
yesterday.
better
Big
yesterday than
improvement.
today.
I know.
Because the ground would have been a little softer today.
I just went back and said, hey, I'm borrowing the loader, and what for? Oh, don't worry about it.
That's great. Thanks for doing that.
Good, yep, thanks for doing that. Okay, anything else? Anybody else have anything for old business? Okay, let's move forward. Any tree requests for removal or new planting?
Nope.
Nothing.
I do.
You do, good.
I have been speaking with the gentleman, this has been, obviously I haven't made it to a few meetings here. We have got a business owner on, I looked it up. South Raber Road, Kirk Bratmiller. It's a newer construction, storage building there. He does, a business out of there. And he was wondering if he could get trees in the right of way,
Oh, planted.
But what he would like to do is not have, and there's power lines that run right there, so they would have to be a shorter tree of some sort. He was wondering if we could do peach trees,
No.
Beech tree.
like a peach fruit tree.
I would say absolutely not. They're short-lived, and they require, I mean,
If he's going to maintain, I
So.
was not against it.
So he wants peaches,
Yeah.
and we're gonna plant trees for him.
I mean, if he takes care of them and he prunes them and he maintains them and
That was gonna be my question. Are we
Is it
gonna
gonna
expect
block,
like
is it
a,
kind of wanted there to block the lights coming off of 50? Is
No.
that where it's at? Is that about where it's at? though?
He
It's
is,
down a little further.
yeah, he is,
No,
Okay.
east a little further.
yeah.
Okay.
So here's 50 East, and he's down, right, he's the last property in city limits.
Okay.
like, I guess with it, I mean, it's hard like to say, cause my questions, but I'm thinking like, cause it's a literal peach tree, so it's gonna bear fruit, right? Like,
Hopefully.
hopefully, yeah, hopefully, it would be nice
In
if it
theory.
did, does, you know, like, it does, it's not gonna put any, it's not gonna put any onus on us as the city, like, to clean up what doesn't get picked and falls to the ground, ends up in the road, and, I mean, are we gonna, I mean,
I wouldn't think so. I mean, we have walnuts that, you know, and
I'm just thinking, like, to me, like, a peach is, you know, here, I don't know, I'm not opposed to it, I'm just asking. I
like
don't-
an apple tree, you're gonna have bees and you're gonna have.
Yeah, that's,
No, I was just,
I'm not opposed by any means. I
somebody
just-
asking if they could have assistance in planting trees and willing to have them. I wasn't against it,
Mhm.
but I wanted consensus to see if that's something that I can,
And he's going to get them and plant them?
I haven't posed that question. I would assume it may be something that we would supply, and he take care of planting and maintaining and da-da-da-da-da.
Where do you get peach trees around here?
Peach trees?
I
Not
drive
around
all the
here.
way up to Shipshawana.
You don't get them around here.
Yeah, you really don't get them around here. I mean, I drove up.
And you only get them in the spring, right?
I think, gosh, yes, we still have some peach trees.
I don't think so, 'cause I looked this spring, I was in need of.
Did you?
and
Oh,
didn't have
they were
any.
all gone?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So I drove all the way up to Shipshawana.
Oh, okay. Did you get them at the flea market?
You know, got them from a landscaper up
Oh,
there,
okay.
an Amish landscaper who
Yeah,
propagates.
yeah.
So I told him that I would ask, and that's,
So how many are we talking? 3, 5, 7?
no, I was thinking two.
2? Then I think, then you ought to plant something else too.
Okay.
I'm gonna be quiet now, because my reaction said it all.
You know, like,
Yeah, yeah, it's
you know, like,
okay.
No,
Because
I don't, you know, like, I'm just like sitting there, like, I'm not like opposed to it, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't want this to be like, people are like, and at least, I guess also the good thing is he's like you said, he's the last building inside the city. So it's like,
I just wonder why he wants to put it out at the street.
I have only
In
met
the
the guy
center.
once, so I can,
Well, if you look at his lot, he doesn't have a whole lot of place to put anything on that lot.
I think
Okay.
we even changed like his development plan because he had nothing,
Yeah.
no room.
Yeah, it's a
So,
very small lot.
a shade tree or some other sort of tree may not even be, that it would fit.
And there's major power.
Well, there's big power lines on top, so it would be limited of what would be tall, and I do not disagree with you that, you know, a peach tree is not going to be a 100-year tree, it's going to be a very short-lived
Yes.
tree.
25, maybe.
Yeah.
Max.
But I don't think that I don't think there's enough room there to do a,
Isn't maybe bad for
100-year
either,
tree.
because in 25 years, if he's moving on to something else, then the next person doesn't want to take care of these trees, then they're cut down,
Yeah.
you know? Because that's the thing too, sometimes then the next person coming in doesn't want that stuff.
there's a long stretch though that has nothing.
So we're talking 2 trees.
And if we say, yes, we can do 2 peach, but we also have to have 2 other trees because these will not last longer than da-da-da-da-da, maybe 4 trees. I would be open for whatever.
I would go along with that if you plant, okay, you want 2 trees, peaches, sure, you go ahead.
But you're also
You have
getting-
to plant
You're also
a
getting 2
real
of these.
shade tree.
Mhm.
Well,
Other than
a
it-
small.
I was gonna say, it has to
scale.
be something small.
Mhm.
Small and narrow, because width is probably a problem too.
So if that's something that we are willing to, we'll approach him and have a conversation with those. Yes, we're willing to do that as long as you're willing to do this, so it's kind of a,
Uh-huh.
I think,
is that fair?
I think,
Yeah, I think that's
I
fair.
think so.
I think
Well,
that's
fair.
he understands maybe that where we're coming from is Peachtree is a very short-lived tree,
Mhm.
and they can be very ugly. Even with peaches on them.
I think they're beautiful.
yeah, I have.
No, we used to have, when I grew up, we used to have all brambly, gnarly looking peach trees that were all
Oh, yeah, that's what they do.
sappy and,
Yeah.
but I have fond memories of those trees.
Yum.
Yum is
Yum.
exactly right. It's only bad on one half. I can cut that off and get the other half. But that's all I had on New Plains.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. If he wants to put in 2 peaches, we put in a couple of the regular shade trees, and I think that's fair.
I think-
Red bud or something that's gonna grow
Yeah.
low.
Amalaki or,
Yeah. Okay.
On the topic of tree requests for removal or planting, a removal list, we need to start thinking about preparing a removal list for
Mhm.
winter. Are we still talking 30 trees?
Yeah, roughly.
Okay, there's probably at least 30 that are dead.
Yeah.
Totally
yeah.
dead.
I did get, this was a fun one. Can't think of, I know him. He's Victim Shriner, did the Shriner Parade, this, Jerry, well, he's been calling. And he always calls and gets the wrong number and leaves me a message for the wrong number, so I never ever call him back. Well, he's got, Ken Lundquist planted 2 trees in his front yard, and one is dead as a doorknob. Well, he wants that same exact tree. I'm like, well, I don't know, but that's why Ken would have given me the same exact tree.
Same variety of tree.
Where's it
Oh,
at?
yeah, I was gonna say, where's it at?
Because I can look it up and see who it was.
It was, Jerry Freeman.
Freewall.
Yeah.
I know Jerry.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've got a little list mentally run through my head, and they are all dead.
Is
You
that
know?
on Wayne Street?
Yes, he's got 2, right in front of him.
I need to look and see what.
They're like,
On Main Street,
no,
Wayne.
Wayne Street.
There's something for an update in case you guys get hit up. We do not have a stump grinder. You guys bought a stump grinder a year ago.
Yeah.
And it was terrible.
In operation, you mean?
Yes, it blew, it was reversed. And so we're in the process of getting a new stump grinder, no cost to the tree board. I keep on getting advised. But yet we can't find what we want. And so I think we have 8 stumps, 5 that we're gonna grind still out there, just in case it's not a, I don't know what's going on. We have
Who's
some-
trying to find it?
Electric department. We split it with them because they grind when they cut through.
Yeah. Should, I guess one of my questions about the removal list, should we get Seth, is that his name? Or
Seth.
get him involved to, because I don't want to put any like 2 and 4 inch trees on the list anymore.
We did have, one I called you, that it needs to come down. I had to go to the property owners the other day, and it's like, it was 2 inch. I'm like, they're that lazy and not take it down. That's why I'm just like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's really weird.
So
Might
Janet, so
drive
you
by
gonna
Jerry's
stop by
house.
that Wayne Street?
I am.
Okay.
I made myself a note to do
Okay.
that.
I got her in the minutes here too then.
There's an oak.
That one looks like a linden.
That's what I thought. One's an oak,
no, it's,
one's an oak, one's a linden, according to that picture.
just wait, just wait.
if it's on the
So
109.
is this a tree that we recently planted?
No.
It's been, yeah, years.
Oh, it's been years, okay.
What was that address? I mean, did you try to look it up
18 years ago.
on Tree
One
Keeper?
oh- No, I just looked it up on
Oh.
Google.
There's Google.
I'm looking it up on
There's
Tree
one.
Keeper.
That looks like an oak.
Mhm. Which is the one
Oh,
that?
so neither one's dead.
Not
Not
on
in
this
that
picture.
picture.
Not on
Oh.
this picture.
No, this is the
Oh, it
drive-by
could
on
be-
Google Maps.
If it's,
Right,
if it's
is that
that
what you
pin
said,
oak,
or-
it
Yeah.
could be that it.
Yeah, it's
doesn't grow.
it's a linden.
So what was the address?
109 North Wayne Street.
109 North Lane.
It's a linden.
Mhm.
We got lindens
Oh.
behind the barn,
Okay.
behind my barn.
Because then he has a swamp white oak.
Yep, Swamp Oak, it looks like that other one.
Yeah,
So a linden's, that's
easy.
doable.
Okay.
That's doable.
But I'm like, he wants it in the same spot. I'm kind of like, well, it's the same spot, bad spot.
Why'd
That
they
tree-
both die?
Well, just one died. Just one died.
Oh, I thought you meant the oak died too.
No,
I was like,
the
why'd they
linden
both
died.
die?
I'm
Be
like,
hard
I
to
don't know
plant
that
it
we
in the
want
same
this
spot.
tree in
When
the
did
same
he,
spot.
when did it,
It'd be hard to plant it in the same
Yeah,
spot.
when
You
did
can't
it
do
die?
that.
I don't know.
5
It's
feet
his
over.
doorknob, and he's not happy, so it wasn't a owner kill.
I did it. Just not with Jerry. I hope he's watching, because he'll call me and surprised the phone's not ringing.
okay. Let's move on to the next item of business. Ace still has some trees left.
Yep.
And they're marked.
Got a last, yeah, they're 30% off, the average size. They're good-looking trees. Anyhow, a lot of them are red maples and some sugar maple, and then there's some smaller ones too. I don't know how useful they are, but they're placed in the right spot, could be good. We were talking about red bud. There's more than one of those heartbreaker red bud. They're the ones that they kind of hang down a little bit, teardrop.
Oh, the very small weeper type.
No, it's not a weeping red bud. It goes up normally like a tree, like most of the trees, but then the branches that come off at each of its, the zigzag pattern, they kind of hang down a little bit. But they'd be good, like in a spot where we're talking about this guy with the business that's one of the peach trees.
How about around one of the park, the pool, or someplace where there's some ornamental things?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds
Have we
like.
planted anything by the pickleball yet?
There's,
We're,
well,
got a
there's,
plan.
We've got that were
aren't there three, like evergreens back there now?
There's some evergreens back by the pickleball courts. We've got, this is where I did not. I messed up good. I thought I cut all landscaping and somehow I did not.
Because you talked about that in
Yeah,
June.
we have some sweet gum, we have lindens, we have catalpas. I can't remember what else. But yeah, we've got a mixed variety of all native. Went all native.
Around the pickleball area?
They're around the skate park.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they're already planted.
Yeah, we've lost 3, which they're covered under warranty, but,
Okay.
yeah, back by the pickleball, we've got some evergreens.
I'm
So-
surprised it ain't the ones with the heat at the skateboard park still.
I've been watering the heck out of them, but
Oh,
3 of
I see.
them died right away.
Oh, yeah.
And
Are the 3 that died the same variety, same kind of tree?
They were red maples, I believe.
yeah, I can't remember, but they're all under warranty.
So I was just gonna say, if all 3 died, the same variety, pick a different variety.
Yeah, lindens, have you seen this? I've just random. They said the lindens coming out of the nurseries are terrible right now. They're being like overwatered. It's just,
I haven't planted a single tree in 6 weeks. So,
They are a nice tree. If you-
oh, they're one of my favorites.
They're great, like if you want to stand under a tree and enjoy shade.
yeah. Then another
Yeah,
thing,
they're
not
really
not to
good.
control the meeting and hog it, but we have 2 landscape architects that have become like my friends that are doing that project, so they're always there. But they suggested getting like QR codes, putting at the base. So you scan the QR code and then Brent records a saying, what about that tree? If we wanted to do that, they said that that's becoming a big hot thing to do in parks. So in case you didn't know what the tree was, you just scan the QR code and it's Brent tells you about the, you know.
Thank you for stopping at Eagle Park.
Yeah.
On your right, you will see,
Sounds
I
like
can't remember.
at its finest.
Yeah, I can't remember, Chip, I know we talked, maybe talked, I can't remember, it was like, for a second after the meeting, like you were saying, maybe an end goal was to get out like almost like a grove of
Yeah,
variety.
I'd love to have that, be
Like-
like somewhat like an arboretum. That
Yeah,
you're like,
that's the word I
okay,
wanted.
we just walk through, maybe even if it's small, we just walk through an oak forest and we just walk through, you know, because I've been to Morton's up in Chicago a ton. I'm like, this is so cool, you know, and it's like, I kind of think of that along the trails. You're going back to Morse's Park. You go through a little pine grove, you know, and I would just like to see, I don't know, that's just a vision. It's just my
I think that'd be
vision.
good, like when you were saying like having Brent read the
Yeah.
prepared tree remarks, that's what I'm envisioning for something like that, and like, and now here you see the,
and now if you walk 20 more paces.
We did something like this when I was on the tree board at Huntington University, and
Yeah, I know a lot of
and they have this
colleges.
little spring-loaded, name plaques that you can put on the tree, and they work quick. We got them printed and whatever. But you could put a QR code.
Yeah,
in.
both the guys that I'm working with are were from Purdue, and they're like, if you go down to Purdue and listen, you'll hear our voices, because that was part of our, you know, one of our projects. I'm like, oh, interesting.
Project or
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, interesting, but yeah, so I don't know, it's just an idea, you know,
no, I like that.
to get our name out there a little more.
I would be willing to do some voiceover on that if you wanted me to.
Thank you. I hate your voice, so thank you.
Well, you're not.
What do we want to do about the
Let's
ace
do,
trees?
we'll do like a
So,
scaffold wall.
yes, let's get back to the ace
Sorry,
trees.
sorry, I got.
What do you think?
Are
We-
all
We're
of these
talking,
container trees?
What's that?
Are these container?
They're all
trees?
container trees. They're all in pots. Yeah.
my thought is the smaller ones, I think we should pass on them.
I just threw them in
I just
there.
really do, but
Yeah.
the larger ones, if we're into wanting, if we're, you know, that would be better, they will survive better, those little 1-inch ones are.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
know you
we-
still have the bunch of trees from last year to plant yet. Like what's our capacity
I think
to,
we're at
like,
41.
You have 41 in the nursery. We would be adding 30 at least more. So can you plant 70-some trees this fall?
we don't have to buy all, we don't have to buy all
Yes,
of
but
them.
we have to make sure, you know, yes,
sites.
we have to have sites, and we have to.
Yes.
Now,
Okay, so
we've got to
I'm
have
willing
lines
to.
marked for all of that.
Yeah.
And that is such a, for me, that is a huge time commitment to get lines marked.
I will, you gotta give me your contractor number and I can do it.
Okay.
To get what? Sorry?
Get the
Lines
lines
marked.
marked.
Lines have to be marked at all these spots.
Utilities, yeah.
Yeah, utilities.
Well, so I went through the whole Hen Extended, and all of the lots where we didn't have,
I've been through some, I made a
and I've
note.
submitted that. But then apparently, they don't want trees on the sides where the utilities are.
Yeah, and a lot
But I
of,
don't know which side the utilities are on.
I do. So I made a note to
Okay.
send out letters. I wanna hit like the east side of a lot of the streets. I think we can throw them in there. I don't know what puzzles me is, that's kind of a rough crowd sometimes, well, but that's why I'm gonna send letters.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Some of those I
I've
think will
been-
be good, because a lot of those newer, I mean, some of those areas are like brand new
Like,
builds.
I think if we
I
get
don't know
some
why
really
they would
nice
get-
trees.
object
we
too
want
much
put
to.
them in a High visibility spot, I think that's great.
Those ones from
but-
last fall are really, behind my shop, they are really nice.
Oh,
They are
and there
really
are
nice.
two smaller silk lilacs there, if we need them for anywhere downtown or whatever. They're about
Do you see the one that's dead in front of the
a little bit
bank
bigger than
again?
an inch.
Mhm.
Again?
Again, yeah.
just,
We just gonna need to pull it, because we planted that, and it was sopping wet. We dug everything out, but it must
Did we
be,
just
that
give up on
drain
that
must
one?
be clogged again.
yeah.
Downtown area, there are some trees that are doing quite well, so well, they need to be taken out. My suggestion would be that, yes, let's do it, get rid of those big overgrown trees that are up against buildings, and put these silk lilacs in. I noticed the other day that, gosh, we're gonna have some problems over here. Business owners don't want it up against their building, and I understand that.
I get a lot of calls. I
Yeah.
get a lot of calls, and I'm in this predicament where we're getting ready to do the downtown revitalization, so they're all gonna be taken out.
Oh.
But I don't know how fast.
Time frame.
And, I mean, it could be next year, it could be 2 years, it could be 3 years. And right now, we're just trying to figure out budgets and whatnot. And so, yeah, it's like, do I tear out, put one in for a year, or 2 years, or 3 years, or?
Well, you know, the one I'm talking about, it's overgrown, it's never been pruned. We could just go in and cut it back.
Well, Davies actually pruned all those every year. That was part of our
Oh, really?
contract. They pruned all the downtown trees.
But
Because I had to come back through
How long's it
them.
been since Davies has?
Yeah,
I know.
4 years.
Yeah, well, what
Yeah.
happens and,
Yep.
Yeah.
Lot of growth
so
can
maybe,
happen in 4 years.
this,
I mean,
I didn't know that
I've
they
grown
were
a lot in 4
really
years.
talking about a redevelopment.
Yeah.
And it, so maybe, no, let's not pull them out,
Yeah.
and let's put that on a list to be
Well,
trimmed.
The problem we have is once we pull it out, now we got a safety hazard. Because
Because there's a hole in there.
they get around a hole,
Yeah.
or a stump sticking out.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, what do we do with those? You know?
Okay, so let's get back to the trees.
Yeah, sorry.
What do we want to do? Do we want,
Well, $89
That's
for a
with,
tree
the-
that size.
that's with the 30% off.
These are on average probably 12 to 14 feet.
Right. It's a good price.
Mhm.
You know, you go to Shade Tree, they're gonna be 120 minimal.
yeah,
Yeah.
So I would say, let's go ahead and buy them. With 2,500 spaces out there without trees, if we can't find spaces for 30 more trees,
Do you want our guys to just take our truck and deliver them?
sure.
Save
One
you
of,
time.
I mean, one
Yeah,
of our main
sure.
goals is to try to plant more trees.
Yeah,
And that's,
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
we've struggled with that,
yeah.
so I'm in agreement.
I just
And-
need to know when they're
And I'll
coming.
just have them put it on
City and,
the city's account and mark it tree board.
yep.
Okay.
Okay, I think we need a motion.
Are we, first of all, are we okay with 22 red maples?
I was gonna say, do we
That's
want,
my
do we want, I was like, do we want all?
One of our,
I think the sugar maples are great. The red
well, sugar,
maples.
and red maples are okay in the right spot.
And
They
do
haven't.
you have any idea, like as far as the variety of the red maple, how many of what? Are we heavy on any certain one of those varieties?
Most of the varieties are, well, yeah, they're the Brandy Wine and Celebration. Now, thinking about placement, we've been talking about pulling out those cherries on the entry into town. If we were to plant red maples in there, we'd get a wonderful show every fall.
That's true.
And they're not close to anybody's house. I mean, if thing gets 40 feet high, it's gonna come down in the street or it's gonna come down in the parking lots, but it's not gonna land on somebody's
I'm good
roof.
with that decision. I like that thought.
There's enough of them there, we could probably pull them and replace them. How's
Okay.
that sound to you, Janice?
Yep, I'm good. I'm just listening. Yep, come on.
Then I would make a motion that we purchase all of the 1.5, 2-inch caliper ace trees.
Looks like 30 trees. Am I doing my math good? Yes, 30 trees.
But do not purchase the 1-inch smaller.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, I just need a heads up when they're gonna be bringing them. Give me
Yeah.
a day or so notice, because I'm
Oh,
gonna, I gotta move some things,
Yeah.
so I can have a place for them to
Yeah.
land for a little bit.
Yep.
Okay. the last thing I have on the agenda is just First Friday. I just kind of keep that on the top of the, I just want to keep talking about that. Are we going to do First Friday in September, or are we going to do First Friday in October?
I thought we were talking about doing October, but like,
That's kind of what I thought
I
too.
only say
I just
that now
wanted to make
because,
sure.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
I saw the September 2, I was like, oh.
It was a question.
Okay.
It was a question.
Yep.
October 3rd, I will
Question
be
mark.
out of town, which is the first Friday in
It's gonna be
October.
huggy.
I can't do that this year, if it's due in the October. I will be, I'm sorry, it's family weekend, and I will be in Cincinnati.
Hey, Huggy,
Hmm?
Huggy?
Are you going to do Huggy again,
Am I gonna do
Jeff?
Huggy? I can. Or did you say you're gonna be away, Brent?
Yes, I will be in Cincinnati for family weekend with my daughter.
Yeah, I'll do Huggy.
Okay.
What did you say?
I'll show
put
you
in?
my trick for the head.
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
a strap in there, I found.
Because that
It
was,
doesn't work very
Doesn't,
well.
okay.
no,
I got a hard hat
hard hat.
and put a hard hat on that is
Yeah.
pretty secure on my head, and then
Yeah.
put it, and then it wasn't
oh,
flat
yeah,
on
that's
the
a good idea.
before and the
Yeah.
back. And it worked pretty good, that.
Yeah,
Do you have a hard hat? I've
no.
got-
I have a hard hat.
Okay.
I have a hard hat.
Okay. I worked at a hardware store we sell.
So then we just need to talk, and it doesn't have to be tonight, because we're gonna do this in October, some other activities. Because in the spring, we did trees, we also did some, well, we played a couple different games.
Got the raffle for the charcuterie board.
Yeah, which I don't think we'll do
I
that
know.
again,
Yeah,
that didn't
that
go
wasn't-
well. So I guess be thinking, the one year I did tree identification, where we pressed some leaves.
Kids loved that,
Kids did love that.
and some
So
were
I'll
really good.
just- So I'll just start picking some leaves again, and I'll press them, and then kind of do a tree identification thing. Okay, so we'll plan for first Friday, we'll do in October.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
All those in favor?
Right.
Aye.